Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Why I Joined eXp. It's more of a chit chat today as I found my friend AJ van Creveld from Rate My Agent is with us as a guest today. Kind of unusually, we're talking today and focusing on caring. AJ, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian.
AJ, just briefly, maybe give us a little update on you and your work. You are, as I wrote down here, with a Rate My Agent, and you've been sort of spearheading, I believe, somewhat of a caring project. You work a lot with realtors, and I'm involved in your platform of Rate My Agent. I like to get reviews on there. I find it helps in the search engines of people looking for the most awesome real estate agent in my town. And I can often pop up in your own platform. I think I was, I had donated a XYZ amount that allowed me to be sort of featured in your platform of Rate My Agent, and I donate personally locally to local charities, and always have for the last 20 plus years. And most people do, I think. And you're kind of acknowledging that. Tell us a little bit about yourself, AJ. Where are you, and what are you doing these days?
So I am in Spain right now. I'm actually in Valencia on the Mediterranean coast. I am 8 hours ahead of Calgary. So yes, it is a little after 10 here at night. Fortunately, I'm an evening person, so that makes work a whole lot easier.
I was just saying to you, you're looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, unlike myself at 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah, it kind of came with the territory. It was the original reason why I joined RateMyAgent.com is because they were starting up like a customer success program. They'd never done that. They didn't even have a phone number. Everything was done electronically. And I wanted to spearhead that. And we started talking about, okay, what can we do? And how can we show who Rate My Agent is and what we do and why we do what we do? And actually, the vision of the company is see how much good we can do. It's our motto, and we live by that. And the first way of showing that is really that we donate 50% of our profits to worthy causes, to charities. And we've been doing that for the past, four or 5 years, I think.
Well, that's that's a lot, 50% of profit. I mean, I hear people, bragging about their contribution to charity of like 1% or 10%.
Yes.
But 50% is quite a lot. Can you tell me a little bit about why the founder of your company decided to do such a large portion? Actually, and the founder of your company's name, David Zermatt, maybe, or
David Zernheld. David Zernheld. Yes.
Is he Dutch as well, like yourself?
No. He is Canadian, and in this day and age, it's just interesting to be on the other side of the globe, almost literally, and work with somebody on a daily basis. And thank God for the internet and being able to have these video conferences. So I've gotten to know Dave, and his philosophy has always been, pay it forward and make sure that if you have it good, make sure that other people who are less fortunate, that they have the same opportunities. And he started doing that in a way of volunteering at food banks and things like that. And then he thought, well, yeah, I can do that, but that's just helping a tiny bit. Why don't I do something with which I can make money and then actually donate more than just my free time, but actually donate resources to a lot of good, worthy causes that are out there. And we focus a lot, and this year specifically, on fighting youth homelessness in Canada specifically.
Very nice.
Yep.
And so this platform of Rate My Agent, which I think has been around for 5 or 6 years?
It's been officially around for 8 years, but I think the first 3 years it was just a spreadsheet, and it had some agents on it and some really strange stuff. And then it started getting cleaned up. And from there, the spreadsheet grew into a database, and the database grew into a website. And then it led to the platform where it is today, where there's about 16,000 agents active on it right now that are gathering reviews.
Is it all over North America, or is it Canada?
It is North America, but the main focus is Canada. And
Well,
we do
that's
have
good. Just joking.
yes. Yeah. Well, and as you may be able to tell, the spelling on the site is actually, it is Canadian or British English as opposed to American English, where
You
a lot
think
of
I'm
this.
a lot more analytical than I am, because I wouldn't notice that.
No, but it's been that's kind of our home market. And yes, we do have agents in the United States as well. And yes, we are expanding into the market, and it kind of works organically. It's not that we're pursuing them, but people notice ratemyagent.com when they do a search in Google and they find us. And that's where they say, hey, I see all these other agents that I know. They're on this platform. There's something going on there. Let me see what's happening.
I see. Very good. And so basically it's a platform and a business idea to like help agents, maybe increase their profile. I mean, by, marketing, testimonials from clients and customers. And then I think in the last, maybe really last year, last 18 months, 2 months, I started to notice, well, actually I only started to notice maybe 4 months ago, that you had this noteworthy, Agents Who Care program. So
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about that specifically. I guess we touched on it already, but maybe we should hit home on it a little harder.
Yes. Well, we felt that since we donate the 50% of the profits, we thought, well, wait a second, let's see what's happening in the industry, in the real estate industry. And we started getting in touch with an organization called Raising the Roof, based out of Toronto, and their main goal is fighting youth homelessness. Mm-hmm. And we thought, well, it's a really interesting goal, and that's something we like helping with, and that's how we started talking to them. And with that, we started talking to some agents who said, well, that's a great cause, I'd like to donate. And one thing led to another, where we said, well, wait a second, it seems like a lot of real estate agents are giving back to their communities as well. And mm-hmm. Obviously we wanted to highlight that, because we felt if it's already happening, why not tell the world about it? Which is A, great for real estate agents, and B, it's really good for people that are looking for worthy causes, and they can now see that on our website. So we started ranking agents based on their annual donations that they give to charities. And I was actually in shock. The program has just launched, so not every agent is participating. It's what we have, like 30, well, close to 40 agents participating, but on a platform with 16,000, that's not a lot. And we asked for agents to send us their donations so we could verify them to see if they actually donate and who they donated to. Mm-hmm. And we limited it to verify, well, let's say registered Canadian charities, mm-hmm. because there's so many charities in the world that it's sometimes hard to see if it's a real charity, if it's a friend's soccer team, or if it's, something. Yeah. And I'm not saying that those are not worthy causes, because they may well be. Yeah. And they probably are, but that's how we kind of limited it. And in 2022 alone, we donated, the agents that participated that we know of donated $349,000. So that's actually already quite amazing with a program that just started. And we're asking more and more agents to register their donations to tell the world what good we can do together, because it's not only to see how much good we can do as Rate My Agent, but really what we can do with our network of agents. And wow, they are already doing that.
That's kind of incredible. If I go 349,000 and did you tell me you only have, I think, less than 40 agents participating?
Yeah.
That's like $8,725 per agent on average.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting. Little did we know that was already happening. And a lot of people in the market may think, oh, real estate agents, they may have a completely different idea, not realizing that there's so many agents that are giving back mm-hmm. to their communities already. And they were not even talking about the food drives and all the other good things that agents are doing. And we felt that it was time to let the world know that is happening. And in that way, also motivate people to look at that and say, hey, I found an agent that's supporting a charity that I like as well, which then makes the relationship for people finding the best agent on the platform, not only based on reviews, but also to find the agent that has the same feelings and the same mm-hmm. thought and supports the same causes. So it's another criteria for people to find the best agent for them.
No, that's great. AJ, has sort of we talked just prior for jumping on here a little bit about like when you in the email communication we had, you had searched, podcast or something and kind of found me, and we know each other, and had some quite good back and forth communication over the past, especially 6 months, which I very much enjoyed. And your assistance and kind of learning more about your platform and everything. But I left Remax 2 years ago and joined eXp for similar reasons of caring, and in terms of the Glenn Sanford, who started eXp, came from an IT background and then was selling real estate after the 2000.com crash of 2000. He became a realtor in 2000, actually the same year I did, I think 2002. By the way, we're the exact same age. And so and then he's an IT guy, and in 2009 he launched eXp primarily because he thought there was a better model for caring for agents. Like it's almost it's a way, and as AJ as eXp has grown from 30 agents in 2011 to maybe 44,000 when I joined 2 years ago to 90,000 today. People are moving there in groves primarily because of because of caring, and it's a different model. And since that time, he's launched success, like so many other sort of businesses like Success Magazine and Success Coaching to basically help people. So he's trying to drive up the bar in real estate salespeople, and giving them ownership in this company, actually, so that they can, I think, give more and care more for others. So it's just a big circle. I just had to throw that in there.
No, absolutely.
As you're dealing with, agents in your role, I guess you deal with all kinds of brokerages. Do you have any, any thoughts or shares on what you're seeing? I guess I would guess you're just seeing individual agents' actions and activities that has very little to do with brokerage. Or can you speak to that at all? Do you know what my question is at all? Like, are you understanding?
No, I understand the question. It's you're right. I do deal with a lot of individual agents, and I actually noticed, knowing what the market has been going through, I think the last 3 years, that people or agents and consumers were running around like headless chickens and trying to close a deal one after another within like 1 day. And now it seems that a lot of agents are kind of reconsidering and taking a step back and saying, you know what, the market is correcting. At least that's the impression I'm getting and hearing from a lot of agents. And with that, a lot of agents, from what we get, seem to be switching brokerages. And I don't know if that is a coincidence, but the timing is suspiciously close to the market kind of changing from the last 3 years. And with that, we do get a lot of edits from agents saying, hey, yes, I moved this, or I switched companies, and a lot more so than the last few years. So maybe they are realizing that there is something better out there. And yes, we do get more and more agents from eXp Realty as well. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, AJ, in the interest of your time and our listeners' time, maybe we kind of finish up with a couple more questions. Do you have any maybe ask of the audience? We talked about who the potential audience might be on today's show, or and then also I want to make sure we add, how do people reach out to you or ratemyagent.com? Share. And we will, of course, add any show link notes to this as well.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. We have our site, and it's a little bit confusing because there's 2 Rate My Agents on the internet, and there's one that's spelled as one word. That's not us. We're actually rate-my-agent.com. Like I said, we've been around for 8 years. The platform, well, you can actually speak better to that than I can. It is there for agents to let people know who they are, what their specialty is, what they're all about, but it's also for consumers actually to find the best agents. And all the reviews on our platform, that's why our platform is a little different. The reviews that agents get are triple verified. We have an algorithm We have a team that verifies reviews, and we actually penalize agents that are trying to fool the system. This year, again, there were 5 or 6 agents that were trying to penalize, or that were trying to trick the system. And we're, I think, the only platform that actually penalizes them in a monetary fashion, and not to us, because the penalty that they have to pay will go to a worthy cause. So again, it will go to a charity of our choice.
Nice.
So
Great.
it's not just a slogan that we wear on a t-shirt and saying, hey, you know, we like to do good. No, it's actually, it's interwoven into what we do. And with that now, what we call the top giving agent ranking that we came out, and you're part of that in 2022. I think it comes to show that, yes, we do care. We do care about the consumers, because we want to give them the chance that they can find the best agent for them, not necessarily the best agent for someone else, because it's very personal. It's a very emotional purchase, but also for agents. It's a really easy platform. It's self-explanatory. I've spoken to you, yes, over the past 6 months, I think, several times, and that's my role as well, to help you guys with in any way I can, and to make sure that you get the best exposure and that you're actually getting leads and clients through the platform. And again, that's based out of the philosophy of seeing how much good we can do.
Mhm. Awesome. Well, AJ, if you had a billboard, I don't know, let's talk Calgary here, and it's on the way to the mountains, or it's coming back from the mountains into the city, what would your billboard say?
Wow, that's a really interesting question. I still stand kind of by the slogan where our vision, see how much good we can do. And I would really like to embrace that and say, let's see how much good we can do together.
Love it.
And that's for agents helping people finding their homes, but also how much we can give back to the communities we live in, because I think it's very important.
AJ, thanks for being on the show. Let's see how much good we can do
Together.
Awesome.
Great.
Let's keep the conversation going.
Great. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.